And what's up, YouTube? It's your pal Moonstone, Moon for short, and today is going to be a very special video. This is a very special video because I've just reached 29 subscribers, and today is my B-Day. I doubt when I upload this video it'll still be my B-Day. My B-Day is on the 9th of November. This video will probably be uploaded around the 10th or 11th, but happy late B-Day, I guess. But anyways, happy B-Day to me. And today, this is going to be a very important topic I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about how I discovered that I was autistic. Now, I realized that my most popular video yet was the video where I had that disturbed middle school experience. The Life of Autism series, I think, is the most popular series so far, and I decided it's time I continue it. Now, I gotta be honest, I didn't know what autism or what any disabilities were for most of my life. In fact, I didn't even know about the word autism until I was in 5th grade. I was 11 years old, so as of today, that was 4 years ago. I'm 15 now. So, anyways, through my entire life, I always thought I was sort of different. Most of the time when I was alone upstairs, I would have these fantasies where I'm jumping on clouds with horses, or being a pirate stopping a robot invasion. Yeah, I was that kind of kid. And I kind of still am to this day. And whenever I ask someone at recess,
Hey, wanna fantasize with me?
or hey, wanna play pirates? They'll always be like, no, what are you talking about? Are you okay? And someone say, what? And I didn't think much of it. But over the years when I got older, I became more shy. I talked to people less because I used to be very outgoing and very blabbery. Is that a word for it? Blabbery. I talked a lot. But now I don't talk that much. I'm a little shy. And I kind of look back sometimes and wonder, how was I like that? Why am I so different today? And that's where this part of the story comes in. It was around somewhere in the middle of 5th grade. And it was around the time my mom got back from a trip. She went on this big trip with her family because her family lives far away. So she doesn't get to see them a lot. So she went on a far trip, and we stayed at home with one of our cousins, who's also grown up. And when she came back, she gave me a special mug. She said, here, winter's coming, honey, and here's a mug to put hot chocolate in. I never had a mug except one of those cheap plastic ones for kids. And I was like, oh my god, thank you, Mom. I looked on the side, and it said, I'm autistic. It had those fancy sticker things on it. And I was like, Mom, what's autistic mean? And she says, oh, that's a disability you have. And I'm like, say what? And she's like, yeah. And after that, I constantly asked her, hey, what's it mean? Hey, what's it mean? Hey, what's it mean? Am I different? Am I disabled? Can I talk right? And she would be like, yeah, autistic people are more creative. They do more stuff. You're special. And that's what I believe was the case for a long time. And I didn't actually research what autism truly was until I was in 7th grade. So I was 13 when I did that. So I literally took a long way from realizing what I truly was, or who I truly was, what I truly had, why I was so different. So it took me a long time, and I mean a long time, as you can clearly see. Now, over the past year, after Mom told me about autism, when someone would ever look at me strangely, I would just blurt out, okay, I'm different, I'm autistic, there, you happy now? Or something like that. And they'd be like, yeah, sure, we kind of figured, but that's okay, I mean, you're special, and you're cool, wanna play? And I'll be like, oh, thank God, they still accept me. I wouldn't say that loud, I always say it inside my head. And that's basically how I used it before I went into middle school. Now, unless I don't like it when some people give that excuse, oh, I'm autistic, I can't do this sort of thing, or, oh, I'm disabled, I'm having trouble. And I gotta be honest, those aren't always the best option to say something. I mean, just because you're disabled doesn't mean you can't do something. I mean, sure, it can make things harder for you to do, and some things are just overbearing, as in you can't do it at all. But you shouldn't use autism as an excuse to get out of stuff. Now, I'm not really good at describing stuff, so I'm gonna try and summarize what autism is with an example. So you have a blue crayon, and you have a bunch of rainbow crayons. But not a single one of them is blue. The blue crayon can do anything that the other crayons can do. It could snap in half, it could draw, it could melt, it could do anything, really. But it's a different color from the other crayons. That's what autism is. You're something different, but you're still special in the way. You're still a human. That's a terrible example, but that is basically an example of what autism is. Now, some things that some things that autistic people find that are hard to do are, I'm just gonna say it, having trouble to get rid of a routine, as in you keep doing the same thing over and over again. You have a routine, and when it's broken or when things change, it's really hard for you, as in you're like, oh, I can't do this, my routine's changed, or something like that. It's really hard to adjust to new things that are going on. That's one thing. And another thing is they have a hard time having memory, and they don't usually understand someone else's emotions. Like, I feel like there was this one time where my mom was super happy or super excited or really, come here, give me a hug, I love you. But I just stood there and I didn't understand what she was getting at. And that sort of situation happened more than once, and I prefer not to think about them. So it took me a long time before I fully understood what autism is, and there's still all sorts of things I struggle with it today. Like eating certain things, like the gushy feeling that they make inside my mouth, it made me throw up once, or having trouble with noise. The noise at school is so loud to me that I have to wear headphones for most of my class. I can still hear my teacher as long as I don't have the music on, but they help muffle out the bad noises. They don't work completely, but they do help. That's another thing about autistic people. Lots of us wear headphones sometimes to help with the noise, because noise can be very loud, and I mean loud. And I gotta be honest, a few times I felt like running away, I felt like jumping off a cliff. Well, that's the second part. How many times have I said that? Jumping off a cliff? I ain't doing that, guys. That's just wrong and it's scary. I'm scared of heights. So yeah, things are always difficult for me. But I do have some good perks with the disability I have. For one, I create stuff all the time. If there's something I'm interested in and I can't just buy it, I make it. Like my first suit. I've always wanted one. I think my autism is actually what helped me find the community, or the fandom, whatever you want to call it. I was extremely into talking animals, so I googled talking animals, and later it evolved to furry fandom. I'll make another video in the future of how I officially found it, but right now, back to the main topic. So, I always like to make stuff, I always drew a lot, and I always was the smartest kid when it came to time. As in, I could calculate how many minutes we had left in the school day just by looking at my watch for 3 seconds. Or how many hours we had left in the school day. And again, all I had to do was look at my watch for 3 seconds. But I can't right now because I'm not wearing it. And I was usually the first kid in class to solve a math problem. So yeah, I have some good perks with this, but I still have many struggles. And I'm sure lots of you guys do too, but I'm going to tell you something. We're not alone. There's always going to be someone else out there that has the same problem as you, and they're here to help you. There's not a single day of your life that you went unloved. Someone out there is always loving you and watching over you. You're not alone, guys. And neither am I, neither are you. No one is alone. I hope you guys know that. And I hope that this video will help anyone else out there that is on the spectrum. And if you're on the spectrum but don't know how to tell your parents, hey mom and dad, I think I'm autistic, or your friends, hey guys, guess what, I'm autistic. Before you jump to conclusions, I suggest you talk to a professional, talk to a school counselor, take a test, or whatever. But I promise, I'll be here for you guys the whole way, and the people I love will be with you guys the whole way. To anyone out there with autism, I hope that my video has helped you. And to anyone else out there who's having struggles, you are not alone. We'll all be here for you. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope I'll see you again in the future. Until then, peace. See you later. Bye.